Alright guys, welcome to another Nura strategy video. This one is a one-man squad, and I've got two scenarios where I wanted to show you some strategic ways to win in a 1v3 or 1v4, or even at one point a 1v6 situation in this game. Full disclosure, I do not win this game. I come within the top, I think I got 7th place, top 14 alive, but the point of this video is really just to show you those two engagements and really what the strategy was behind them. We had some really good pieces. So first things first is we drop Chumacera. Chumacera was a pretty decent drop. The path went along Picado and Los Leones and a little bit into Hacienda here. So we're going to go ahead and drop, and I will skip past the looting because we ended up dropping Chumacera by myself. So I was able to get a full loot and move on. So I will fast forward to that. Alright, and we're back. So I managed to pick up an S12K and a Mini 14 with an 8X. I've got a level 3 backpack, level 2 helmet. So I see those guys over there, and this is going to be our first engagement that we highlight on. Has a lot to do with how to get accurate long-range engagements when you have a time advantage. So I'm wanting to get into a good position where I can take nice shots on these guys but still have plenty of cover. This spot here looks pretty good. So now you can see that I saw the guy on the roof. I'm kind of scoping that out. Alright, now watch my zero distance. So, zero distance, I switched it up to 400 meters, just a quick little range estimation, and I'm waiting for a good shot to appear when the guy will sit still. Now remember, time advantage. My first shot has to be a headshot here, or else I'm probably going to lose the engagement and have to move anyways. So now one of the things I want to show you how to do, and you can see that I do here, is range estimation. So I'm going to pause this here and I'll show you. So you can actually look, and you'll see I changed my zeroing based off this information in mid-game. So each of these squares here is 100 meters. So you can actually take your position versus the position of these buildings here, because in-game you won't have the name tags, but you'll know what buildings they're in. So roughly I'm able to look here and see, alright, they're about 200 meters away. And I adjust my zeroing based on that, and you'll see that here when we continue. So now check my zeroing, changed it to 200 meters, lining up the headshot, stops, headshot, knocked. Next target, knocked. So I got my zeroing perfect before I made the shots because I had the time to do so, and I was able to knock out 2 of the 3 immediately. So they're picking each other up, they've got cover, they know where the shots came from, so I'm going to go ahead and move here so that they don't know where I'm at and I can get the element of surprise again. That's really what you have to do in a one-man squad situation to win, is it's guerrilla tactics. We're talking stealth, ambushes, so patience and then aggressive ambushes to be able to win the game. So now something you might have seen there, I pulled up my scope for a second. I just zeroed my sights back out to 100 meters because that's something you need to do if you're going to change your zeroing, is you need to be able to adjust those sights back down so that you're not overshooting when you're close range again. So I'm going to move on these guys. I know that they just got knocked and rezzed, so I'm moving up on them, start to crouch walk so that I'm not making as much noise on my approach. I switch out the 8X to a hollow sight for a mid to close range engagement. Got my S12K for the really close engagement, and now I'm gonna make my approach very stealthily. Remember, slow, patience, stealth, ambushes. That's what it's all about. Positioning, knowing when to run, knowing when to move, knowing when to push. These are all very important things when you're in a 1v3 scenario, and later a 1v6 scenario that this turns into, as you can see that other team in the horizon there, the 13 team, is gonna be moving in slowly. So I'm pressing my walk button while crouching, which produces very little, if any, noise at all, so that I can get into position. Quick check behind me. I can see that they're all a little bit over to my right, so I'm going to keep this dumpster in between us so that they don't have a visual on me, making very little noise. Now I see them over there by the tree, so I'm going to need to make my approach here. There's no entrance, so I'm going to go take that gap in the fence behind me. Right back here. Still trying to make no noise at all so that I can get the beat on these guys and get another quick knock. So here's the risky part, because I can see him. He can probably see me if he looks this way. Don't think he saw me, so I'm going to switch out to the 8x scope, and we're going to try to get our shot on him. Make sure my zeroing's at 100, and here we go. Headshot, knock. And that's what you need, right there. So I'm going to follow it up. They know where I'm at now, switching back to my hollow sight, and I'm going to follow it up with a grenade toss, because I know they're going to go res their teammates. I know there's a guy in that corner waiting on me. So I'm going to throw that nade and keep pushing. So nade toss was a bust. We're going to try it again. We're a little bit closer now. See if we can get this off. So we got the first kill. They're getting engaged now. It's a 1v, 2v3 situation. All right. Exposed, and we get the knock with the hollow. Let's see who we shoot. Let's see if we get any knocks there. So here comes a guy out in the open. Hit him a couple times, knocked. Got him. Alright, so they're in circle now. They're outside of circle now, taking damage. I'm going to reposition and get healed up. I knocked their teammate outside of circle, so they're a little bit screwed right now. They did have a vehicle though, so they're not too concerned. I'm going to get healed up with some cover here so that I can re-engage. Now you hear that plane over here. They're in close proximity. The plane's overhead, so I can't hear footsteps. So you got to be really vigilant at this point that you're not getting pushed. A lot of a really good tactic is to move with the plane so that no one can hear your footsteps. Alright, now I hear them get into the vehicle. See that vehicle coming. They're going to come over to the right, so I need to reposition to where I can get some good shots on the right. So here they come. Now I'm going to try to get another couple nades in here. So I've got grenades, might as well use them. So I'm going to get another nade toss going. Alright, I'm trying to figure out where they're loading up at. And I can spot them with a third-person camera. Now I'll try to get the nade when I know where they're at. Saw the guy moving up on me. We're going to take our shots on this guy out in the open here. Knock. Solid. So we move so we don't get those shots on us, and we go ahead, finish off our target, 3 kills. Alright, so I know a guy's pushing me, and I know a guy is by the car. I'm going to throw the nade at the guy pushing me. It's a little delayed. Circle's coming in 30 seconds, and I'm right on the edge of it. So I'm actually going to take this vehicle, and I'm going to get out of dodge. So know when to run. So they have a circle advantage. The only way out would be out in the open. So I grab this vehicle and I'm getting out of here. I inflicted enough damage. Alright, so I pull up to the next circle, right inside the white. And first thing I do is I actually park my vehicle just inside the white, engage handbrake. This is a good tactic when you want to approach stealthily, but still have an exit plan if you need one. So I go ahead and pop my energy drink. Get healed up, and I'm going to find my next victims. Now if we check the map, we can see I'm not too terribly far off from the circle. It's a very tight circle, so I don't want to make a lot of noise on my approach. Now I see 3 people running out into the open. Might as well take some shots at them. Here we go. Now, every time one of them looks at me, I take cover again because I don't want to get shot by 40 people. Taking very cautious shots here. So now I'm seeing that I don't really have an advantage here. I'm a little bit screwed, actually. I've got 50 seconds left. I'm in the wrong side of the circle. I've got 3 people across an open road between me and circle with clear shots on me, and I've given away my position. So I've really only got one option here. I'm going to book it to this town, and I've got to figure out a way across this road. Alright, so I make it to the town. I see a vehicle on the right. So if I can make it to this vehicle, I should be set. Now, getting to the vehicle when there's 3 of them in an open road is the challenge. This is why I always recommend carrying at least 2 smokes, maybe 3 at the most. So I got my smoke grenade out. This is the plan. So I'm going to throw a smoke grenade about halfway there that I can run to while they're getting set in position. Now, they get up there. They get in the prone. They know I'm back here, so they're going to be trying to take some shots at me. Taking advantage of them first getting set up and being out in the open to get to my first smoke. They know they probably won't be ready to take shots, but all eyes are on me at this point. So I throw my next smoke. I'm going to make a run for it to get to the vehicle. Wait for it to billow just a second, and I'm in the smoke. So I duck down, immediately going. I've got vehicle mask and footsteps, and here comes the shots. So I'm going to take a strafing position sideways from them so they have to lead their shots. And I'm safe. Alright, 14 alive. So I pull up into the circle, and I'm going to go ahead and push my advantage of having an 8x scope. My mid-range game with this weapon combination is not very strong at all. So my strong combination is going to be super close range or long range. Alright, so when I get up here, I hear some footsteps. And I decide, alright, this other team is up here on these rocks. So I go into the crouch mode, and I'm going to get in this little hole here to where they can't see me with their third-person camera. I'm not going to live through an engagement with a full squad here. Not this close at range. Now, unfortunately for me, this is where I die, because I think they're all up on this rock, and really 2 of them are on the ground behind me. So I'm too busy with these footsteps up here on the top, and they're going to come around behind and shoot me in the back. So. And there it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tactics that I showed you in the one-man squad match. Stay tuned for next time when Nura and I does more PUBG strategy.